Welcome to something short and sweet on the Parsha. This week, Parshas Pinchas, in which Moshe Rabbeinu asks the Ribono Shel Olam to appoint a successor. HaKadosh Baruch Hu responds by telling him, take Yehoshua, v'yismach es yodcha olav, and place your hand upon him, symbolizing the transference of Moshe Rabbeinu's aura and Moshe Rabbeinu's wisdom. Moshe Rabbeinu does so. And the pasuk reads, "Vayas Moshe katziva Hashem." Also, Moshe Rabbeinu did just as Hakadosh Baruch Hu had commanded, etc. V'yismoch es yodav olav, and he placed his hands upon him. And Rashi saying, why the distinction? Hakadosh Baruch Hu told him to put his hand, and he responded by putting his hands. And Rashi says, "Ba'ayin yofeh." He did it with a good eye. Yoser v'yoser mimashen etztava. Much more than he was commanded to do. Also, kli, he made him like a vessel, molav v'gadosh, which was brimming over. Nosan mechachmoso. He gave of his wisdom ba'ayin yofeh. He gave it with a good eye. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, give your wisdom. Moshe Rabbeinu gave everything that he could possibly give. Who told Rashi that? Maybe he just gave more. Yoser. Who says it's Yoser v'Yoser? Nasan mechachmoso ba'ayin yafeh. Mole v'gadush. Moshe Rabbeinu was a sholem. Moshe Rabbeinu was a ohev. He loved the Ribono Shel Olam, and he loved people. Moshe Rabbeinu was an ohev Yisrael. He loved the Jewish people. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling him, give of your divine aura. Give it over to the next leader. Give over your wisdom. Mehodcha, the pasuk says. And the Balaturim says it's a gematria of sod. Tell him all the secrets, all the wisdom. Maisa Merkava, the godly chariot. Maisa Bereshis, the secrets. Tell him everything. And Moshe Rabbeinu is going to withhold something. He's going to withhold something. A person who loves another doesn't withhold anything. A person who loves Klal Yisrael is there for Klal Yisrael, doesn't withhold anything. Of course, he's going to give everything he could possibly give. Rav Pam Zecher Tzadik Livracha found a similar sort of idea in the bracha of Aaron HaKohen back in Parshas Shmini, when for the first time Aaron, as a Kohen, lifted his hands to bless Klal Yisrael. And there the pasuk says that he raised Yodov, his hands. But it's spelled without a Yud in it. It's spelled and could be read Yodo. Seemingly, he didn't have to raise both hands. He could have raised one hand. But Aaron was an ohev. Aaron was a Kohen that blesses the people be'ahava, with love. And when somebody truly loves, there's no boundaries. When somebody truly loves, they want to give. When somebody is a sholem, is an actualized person, his raison d'etre is to give to other people. Aaron HaKohen has an ability to be the conduit of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's blessings through his soul and through that big heart of Aaron HaKohen. He raises both hands because he's blessing Ba'ava. It's interesting that in life, for a number of reasons, very often people love with shiur. They hold back. Perhaps we don't want to make ourselves vulnerable. Perhaps we think in the back of their mind there's some quid pro quo. Maybe if I'll hold back, maybe I'll get something later in the future. There are various reasons why we don't do it. We don't love fully. We don't give yoser v'yoser. How important it is to keep our eye on the model of Moshe v'Aaron. They taught us how to love. They taught us how to give. Yoser v'yoser, mole v'godosh. Fortunate is the person who behaves as such. He brings out himself. He gives everything that he has to other people. He can develop relationships in the deepest way with spouse, with children, with friends. So beautifully, the bracha of the Shever brachas, we say, ahava v'achva v'shalom v'reus. It seems to be 4 levels of love. And normally, when Chazal ordains something as such, it's normally ascending. So there's ahava. Very simply, ahava, the Sfarim talk about miloshan hav, is giving. To love is to give is to love. And then there's achva, brotherhood. There is nothing like the basis of familial love. Brothers. Sometimes you could have people that aren't blood relatives that are brothers. Perhaps David and Yonasan. There was an achva there. There's shalom. Very briefly, shalom, the harmony. When you have perhaps even different forces and different strengths which come together that harmoniously create shleimus, shalom. And then there's reus. What is reus? Rav Shimon Schwab said so beautifully that the word reus is cognate to the word mirror, pasture. Someone who deeply loves another lives for that other in a certain way, lives for that other, opens themselves up to the other, that the other can grow and develop, that the other person could graze upon them. I am here for you. I am totally dedicated to your good. And that allows the other person to pasture, to develop, to get their nutrients from the love and from the goodness that I am able to give. Moshe v'Aaron, what beautiful examples of giving b'ayin yafa, of true love. Thanks so much for listening. Have a wonderful Shabbos.